hello, dear students of English 3. Welcome to our very first Zoom meeting of the class. It is for me more than a pleasure to be your English instructor for this subject. And before to get started, we're gonna be introducing ourselves. So as you might know, I was sharing with you in the WhatsApp group. My name is Teacher Douglas Catriel Quiroz Perez, and I am going to be working with you English 3 Saturdays evening from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, so I know that some of you are working. However, that's the reason why you take the class online. But due to COVID-19, because of the pandemic, we are going to be working online. Okay, so it means that you have to make space in your schedule to have the chance to have the opportunity to connect or to get joined in the Zoom meeting. Okay, because it's really important to get joined to the Zoom meetings, because throughout the Zoom meetings we are going to enhance the content, the exercise of every single session of this class. Okay, so I want to get started by welcoming to Lesmari Gaitan. I want to say hello, Lesmari. Good afternoon. Lesmari Gaitan, good afternoon. Lesmari, good afternoon. Okay, can you please turn on your microphone, Lesmari? Lesmari, can you listen to me? Okay.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon. Okay, very good. I'm going to get started by explaining to you the session 1, okay? Because last Saturday we're supposed to work on session 1, but because of you aren't are still setting or or taking the class, I mean, you're organizing the time. That's the reason why we did not have Zoom meetings last Saturday. However, today we're gonna be working on session 1 and session 2, okay? The first thing that you need to do is to complete this kind of kind of it's not a survey. This you need to complete with your personal information. That's the reason why you need to type your name and your last name, your phone number, of course, that is related with the WhatsApp, your ID, and your email address. Okay, once that you have the whole information uh in this blends, where you're going to submit or send it, right? And then I will add you in the WhatsApp group. As in every single session, we have an introductory video. Introductory videos help us to have a general idea about the different contents and activities that we're going to be covering in session 1. So it means that for this very first session, we're going to be working on grammar focused verb be statements with the verb be, possessive adjectives. At some point, we're going to have some practice exercise, and we're going to get started with WH questions with be, contractions with exercise, and yes, no questions, and short answers with verb be. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the video tutorial on it.
Welcome guys to English 3, and this is your first session. Let's take a look at the topics we're going to be covering. We will be taking a look at Unit 1, which is Introduction to Meanings, Names, Countries, and Nationalities. Up next, we have saying goodbye. So there's some phrases that you can use when saying goodbye. There's different expressions to say goodbye. Depending on the situation, say goodbye. Say goodbye to Kirby. Say goodbye to Mike. Say goodbye to dinner. Just say goodbye to slang. Say goodbye. Somebody else that you know. Someone else. It's like just for English responses and then say we know where to our ground. So we start off with speakers with E and says that it's like it's now we have a practice exercise and you can fill in the blanks using possessive adjectives or the after this exercise you have questions. Exercise with instructions. So instructions are these capital letters. After this exercise, we'll move on to yes or no questions and short answers. Are you free? Yes, I am. So it's pretty much it's actually important. Moving on, we have a list of countries and some their respective nationalities, as well as these languages that these people speak. It is about the countries and the nationalities, and of course, the nationalities of the world. And we're going to finalize with an exercise regarding the countries and respective nationalities. Right, so for your attention, I'll see you in the next one.
Very good. So it means that is our introductory uh, video, right? So we're gonna be working on verb B, and we're gonna be working on greetings, formal and informal ways that we have in English to greet people, right? So I want to go straight, and then today we're gonna be talking about greetings. As you might know, we have different ways to greet ourselves. We have to do it, or we can do it in formal and informal way, but that will depend on the level of confidence that you have with the people that you have in your surroundings. Okay, so in English we have some useful phrases that you can use while saying goodbye. Also, we're going to be covering 5 tips for English greetings and responses. And here we're gonna have interesting information about greetings you have to know. Okay, so that is exactly the content that we're gonna be covering for today's lesson. And I'm gonna go straight, and here we have formal and informal greetings. When do we use formal greetings? Of course, we are going to use formal greetings with people that we do not have enough confidence, such as people that we are meeting for the very first time, our boss, for example, people who are on a high top level, let's say, and that's the exact moment, or these are the exact greeting phrases that we must take into the consideration when greeting those kind of people, right? For formal greetings, we have good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And when we go a little bit deeper and to ask someone, how is it going? Or how are they doing? We must use how do you do or how are you, right? So those are very formal greeting expressions that you might use when meeting a person for the very first time or having a conversation with your boss or someone who is a high top level, right? But when I mean high top level is when it comes to work, job, educations, and some other important fields that we have in social life. Okay, that's that's when I mean high top level people, right? I'm not saying the opposite or negative or contrasting. However, we have the informal greetings. We use informal greetings when, of course, we have a lot confidence with people, such as our family members, our friends, our siblings, our those people that we usually communicate every single day or that we interact every single day. And for them, we might use hello, hi, how are you doing? How have you been? How are things going, right? So those are some informal greetings that you must take into consideration. Formal responses, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, very well, thank you. And informal responses, hello, hi, fine, thanks, and you, great, thanks. Also, we have some formal closeness when you are ending up conversations. Once that you strike up a conversation, you end it up. And then you might use with formal closings. It has been a pleasure. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. Of course, we do have informal ways for closing conversations. I have to go now. Bye. I'll see you later around. Bye. Have a nice day. Bye. Okay, so those are some commonly expressions that you must use when having conversations in informal or formal way, both of them, right? So the most important is to use both of them regardless if the people you're getting to know, you're talking about, you have enough or the right level of confidence to use the formal or informal word. Okay, so moving on, we're going to be talking about, we're going to have a listening part. You're going to listen a track. You're gonna pay special attention to the way people introduce and greet themselves. This is a very exactly, or this is a very clear example how to use the formal and informal greeting phrases when it comes to introduce or greet your surroundings.
This class audio program contains recordings that correspond to level 1 student book, published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyrighted. CD1, 1. Please call me back. Page 2, Exercise 1, Conversation. Where are you from? Listen and practice. Hello, I'm David Garza. I'm a new club member. Hi, my name is Elizabeth Silva, but please call me Beth. Okay. Where are you from, Beth? Brazil. How about you? I'm from Mexico. Oh, I love Mexico. It's really beautiful. Oh, good. Sun Hee is here. Who's Sun Hee? She's my classmate. We're in the same math class. Where's she from? South Korea. Let's go and say hello. Sorry, what's your last name again? Garcia? Actually, it's Garza. How do you spell that? Garza.
Thank you very much for listening this track. So in here, you can practice some commonly greeting phrases that you might use in every single day when striking up a conversation with someone else, okay? So in here, we have some important facts that you must take into considerations when greetings, phrases, or some important information related to greeting phrases that you must know, okay? So in here in English, we have an interesting information, right? When introducing or greeting someone. Um, for example, that's exactly what I was explaining to you. Those are very commonly phrases. As well, we have some very important as well, we have some very important phrases that we might use when saying goodbye. When you're having an end up in a conversation, of course, you have to end up and you have to say goodbye. So in here, we have some useful phrases that you can use while saying goodbye to someone once that you end up a conversation. Okay, so in here, you can find different expressions or phrases to say goodbye in English. These 14 phrases depend on situations and the people involved, their social status, and personal relationship. When you're leaving and saying goodbye, so you must say, all right, everyone, it's time to head off. Anyway, guys, I'm going to make a move. Okay, everyone, it's time to leave you. See you later, tomorrow or soon. Talk to you later. But if you want to say goodbye in a hurry, I mean that you need to live in a hurry. You need to live in a hurry. You might say, I'm sorry, I got to rush off. I got to rush run, or I got to rush hurry. Also, I'm afraid I'm going to have rush off. I'm going to rush run, or I'm going to hurry. But saying goodbye politely after meeting someone, that is a very formal way. I will say, nice to see you. It's been lovely to see you. It was great to see you. Good to see you. Have a lovely, nice evening, or have a good day. It will depend on the time as well. But saying goodbye to your host, thanks very much for dinner. Thanks very much for lunch. It was lovely. Thank you very much for having me. That's another way how to say goodbye to your host. Other ways to say goodbye, I mean, when you don't want to talk a lot or say long words or phrases, you might say, take care, bye, Letterman Road, have a good one, it's time to be going, so on. Slang goodbyes, catch you later, peace out, I'm out, okay? Smell you later, also. Okay, so those are some commonly phrases that you might use when you're having an end up in a conversation with people. Also, guys, you're gonna have a video tutorial. You're going to find 5 tips for English greetings and responses. This will help you out to increase your vocabulary when asking and answering greeting expressions. Okay, so we're gonna take a quick look at it and then we're gonna move on.
Hi, I'm Olivier. Welcome to Oxford Online. Start learning English and find all of the point things right. It's a simple way of answering the question, how are you? Fine is, well, fine. But if you use it all of the time, it can get very repetitive and feel boring. Does this look familiar to anyone? Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. And hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Eat with very simple language. Invest in your language today. So, how can we make this more interesting?
So that video tutorial will help you out to use different grading expressions and different contents when you're having conversations with different people, no matter what, okay? So also in here, you're gonna have another video tutorial, how to say hello and how do you greet American? So this is part of the culture, how American people greet each other, okay? So you might take a quick look at it as well, and then you can find important facts related to this.
First of all, let's listen to a bunch of different greetings. Hey, Anthony. What's up? What's up, Rachel? Hey, Veronica. Morning, guys. Hello. Greetings. You probably noticed a lot of people said, hey. This is definitely the most common way to greet somebody in America. It's pretty casual, and I use it all the time with my friends. Hey, hey. Notice the shape of the voice. There's a little curve up and then a curve down in the voice. Hey, hey. So basically, it's a stressed word. Start with the H consonant sound and go into the A as is. Make sure you drop your jaw enough for the first half of that diphthong. Hey, Veronica. We also heard hi a few times. Again, it's stressed, so it has that shape of a stressed syllable, hi. Each consonant sound, and we have the
That's a very interesting video. However, we have to move on the possessive adjective grammar focus. I'm going to be explaining to you how to use the possessive adjectives in English. This is a very important section because sometimes we have different topics, right, that we have to be focused on. So I only have to say that possessive adjectives, we use it to express um, ownership, right? So of course, statements with be and possessive adjectives. For I, we use my. For you, we use your. For he, we use his. For she, we use her. For it, we use its. For we use our. And for they, we use their, right? For example, my book, it's blue. In this case, once that we have our a possessive adjective, we're going to be using a noun, and then we can make sentences with verb be. My book is blue. Your car is expensive. His briefcase is black. Her umbrella is beautiful. Its cover is yellow. Our work it's heavy. Their time is over. If you notice, we can make sentences using the possessive adjectives. Then we must include a noun, and at the end verb be and the complement, right? Possessive adjectives, in here we have a chart that illustrates better how to use possessive adjectives. The possessive adjectives, as I told you, it shows or it expressed ownership. My shirt is green. Your book is new. His pillow is soft. Her dog is small. Its bone is old. Our bird is noisy. Your house is big. Their car is slow. Okay, so in here we have some examples, some exercise that we might use to it. In here, we're gonna have a practice exercise to reinforce the content we have in here, right? So it means that this is a practice exercise. It's not going to be evaluated. Fill in the blanks using possessive adjective or contractions of verb be. So my name is Mariko Kimura. I am from Japan. Okay. Okay. My family is in Osaka. My brother is a university student. His name is Kenji. His name is Antonio. My name, sorry. My name is Antonio. I am from Buenos Aires. It is really nice. It is a really nice city. My sister is a student here too. My parents are in Argentina right now. I am Catherine, but everyone calls me Katie. My last name is Martin. I am student at the City College. My parents are on vacation this week. Okay, so we're gonna try it again. And if you notice, all the answers are good answers. Okay, so all of them are correct. Okay, so that is when it comes to questions with possessive adjectives. Now we're gonna be talking about WH questions with verb be. When we use WH questions word is to for open questions. It means that we're gonna provide a detail or in a specific answer. Where's your friend? Whose son he? What's so like? Where are you and Luisa from? How, how are your classes? What are your classmates like? Okay, and here we have some probably or commonly answers. Where's your friend? He's in class. Whose son he? She's my classmate. What's so like? It's a very exciting city. In here, we have the usages of the WH consonant words. We use what for general. What is this? It is a cat. Who for person. Who's that? That's my friend. Where for places. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. Why? For reasons of motive. What are you happy? Because it's my birthday. When for time, when it's the party, it's the next week. Which is for the choices. Which one do you prefer? The red one. Whose possession? And then we have the other ones for you to take a look at this, okay? So now we're gonna have a practice exercise and we're going to complete the exercise using contractions where is possible. I want to mention to you that this is a practice exercise. It means that it has not scored. Who's that? I will say, who's that? Where's she from? Where's she from? And so on. And then we are going to save and now we're going to submit our answers, okay? So at this very end, we're gonna have yes, no questions and short answers. Those are the type of closed questions. Why? Because we provide a short answers for each of them. Okay, so as I was explaining to you, those are kind of closed questions. I already explained you open questions. So now we're gonna take a quick look at the closed questions. So if you notice in here, we have questions, we have some questions, and then we have the short answers. For example, are you free? Yes, I am. If the action is possible, but if that action is not possible, no, I'm not. Is David from Mexico? Yes, he is. If that is positive, of course, but if it's negative, no, he's not, no, he isn't. It's Beth's class in the morning. Yes, it is, for affirmative. But if it's not, it's not, it isn't, right? And then we have some other examples. And here we have a practice exercise for you to practice. We're going to complete the exercise using the verb be. Then you, of course, as as the other times, we're going to have 2 attempts to complete the task. And then we're going to complete the following conversations using a form of verb be. Are you and Manic from France? From France, right? That will be a possible answers for you. And then you're going to continue. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're from Paris. Okay. And then you are going to save. And at the end, you are going to submit your answers. Okay. And here we're gonna be covering about countries and nationalities. Okay. So countries and nationalities. For example, we have the country, then we have the nationality, and then we have the language. For example, we have Afghanistan, Afghan, which is the nationality, and the language is Afghan as well. Now we have the country Italy, the nationality Italian, and the language is Italian. Okay, also we have Canada, the nationality will be Canadian, and the language will be English or French, right? Also we have Costa Rica, which is the country, the nationality Costa Rican, and the language Spanish. And then we have some other countries that are pretty interesting to get to know and to learn, right? And then in here, we're gonna be covering countries of the world. Okay, we're gonna take a quick look at this video tutorial, and then we're going to be practicing.
Countries Vocabulary by L. Lerner. I want everyone to listen and repeat in a very big voice. Are you ready? Here we go. Argentina, Argentina. Australia, Australia. Brazil, Brazil. Canada, Canada. China, China. Egypt, England, England. France, France. Germany, Germany. India, India. Italy, Italy. Japan, Japan. Malaysia, Malaysia. Mexico, Mexico. The Netherlands, the Netherlands. New Zealand, New Zealand. The Philippines, the Philippines. Portugal, Portugal. Russia, Russia. South Korea, South Korea. Spain, Spain. Tanzania, Tanzania. Turkey, Turkey. States of America. The United States of America. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been Elmer.
Thank you very much, everybody, for taking this quick look at this very nice video related to nationalities, okay? So also in here, you're gonna have a video tutorial related to how to learn nationalities of the world, okay? So in here, you can learn the different nationalities that we have all around the world. And it is important to practice as well.
So what's your nationality? What country do you live in? How do you say hello in your country? I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Hey, let's sing a song about the places where people come from. Yeah. China, Australia, Japan, Spain, Germany, Mexico, Philippines, Brazil, Sweden, New Zealand, Thailand, Greece, Turkey, Japan, Poland, France, Germany, my name is Mark. I'm 12 years old. I'm from Canada, but I live in Japan. What about you?
That's a pretty interesting video to practice the vocabulary. At the end, we're going to have a practice exercise about nationalities. So it means that we're going to complete the nationalities for each country. Okay, this is very challenging. We're going to have 2 attempts. If we fail on the first one, we're going to have the second attempt to make it better. Spain, Spanish, right? France, French. Scotland, Scottish. Scottish. Germany, German. Norway. Okay, so we're gonna have Nor Nor Norwegian, Italy, Italian, German. Okay, Danish, Sweden, Swedish, Swedish. Okay, Russia, Russian, Canada, Canadian, and let me check Scotland, Scotland. Scottish, Scottish. Okay, we're gonna realize if our exercise are right or wrong, but it seems they are, all of them are right. Very good try, guys. You are excellent, okay? So this is everything for today's session, session 1, of course. If you have a questions, do not hesitate to contact me, okay? Through those, for those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting, let's remember that the Zoom meeting is going to be available in here in the linking part. Okay, you're gonna have a link. So you're just basically gonna click on it and then you will have a recap of the full Zoom meeting, okay? So it was more than a pleasure for me to have you. Thank you very much for this very first Zoom meeting of the class, and I cannot wait to get to see you in the next Zoom meeting. Bye-bye.